We are on letter E of the Playful sans-serif lettering style video series. Again, this is based on my Pinky Promise lettering style. We are doing the uppercase letters, and I'm going to show you 2 ways to draw it. The worksheets in the color palette I'm using are free on the blog, and this is Pinky Promise, so I am going to start with this dark pink color, and then I'm just using a basic monoline brush. We are using my Maximalist brush kit for this entire series, so I'm going to start with that, and I'm just going to make sure I'm on a new layer. If you want to make the worksheet lighter, you can see that it's locked right now, but you can just swipe left, click unlock, you can tap the N, and you can make it even lighter if you would like it to be. All right, so now on this layer, what I'm gonna do is draw my E. We're gonna make this E first. So we need to start with the dark pink color. So anywhere I have a straight line, I'm gonna go ahead and just tap my finger down and start making all those straight lines. 2-finger tap to undo anytime you need to. And this time, I am going to try to be careful with my overshoot because we are going to fill it with a slightly lighter pink, which is going to help us when we add the pattern. So you could do all your straight lines first. You can kind of work as you go with your arcs and straight lines. This is more of a rounded off serif, so I'll kind of make my straight lines on the main parts and then freehand my edges. Just like you see me doing here. Oops. 2-finger tap to undo comes in so handy. And you can work much slower than this. As I've mentioned in past videos, I do this a lot, so I've gotten quite quick at connecting lines visually. So the more you do it, the easier it's going to become to just visually hit exactly where you need to hit. If you're not hitting things that fast as a beginner, that is perfectly normal. All right, so I'm almost done tracing here. And if you find this video goes too fast once you get to this point, just pause while you finish outlining your letter and then replay to come back to the step we are working on together. All right, so I have my whole outline done in the dark pink. Now I want to fill it with the light pink, but I do want to be able to edit it. So what we need to do for that is tap our worksheet layer, add a new layer. I'm going to tap my E and click reference, and that's going to make it work kind of like a coloring page and confine whatever I do down here with color to those lines. So when I drag and drop that light pink, it's going to fill to the E even though it's on a different layer. So now I can go ahead and turn that reference layer off, and I'm going to take my worksheet back to full brightness. So now I'm going to add this fun Harlequin pattern. And I'm going to go back to the bright pink, and I'm going to come down to the bold Harlequin, and I want it to be on this layer as a clipping mask. So if I don't apply a clipping mask and I just start using this brush, you can see it goes everywhere. Let's try the fine Harlequin too and see how that looks. Yeah, let's actually use the fine, or you can use whatever pattern or brush you want. So I've got the Harlequin here. I am going to overshoot the letter so I have room to adjust it. So now I'm going to tap that layer and click clipping mask, and it confines it. And because I overshot it, I can adjust where the Harlequin sits on my letter. Sometimes you don't need to. Sometimes it'll look a little better if you kind of move it into the place you want it. You can also readjust the size just a little bit if you want it to be even smaller or hit the letter a certain way. Like I have half of a triangle here and half of a triangle there. So that looks nice to me. All right, so that's it for that. And now we want to add a fun little kind of electric outline detail. So I am going to come up here and I'm going to use this outlined dot garland and my bright blue color. And so I'm again going to come to my worksheet layer and add a new layer below it so that all my details stay below my letter. All right, I'm going to go for, let's play with size here. I'm going to go on the small end of 2%. And just like any other line brush, you can actually make a line with this, tap your finger down and make it perfectly straight. You can tap and adjust it and move it around. So that comes in handy when you are kind of using it as an outline detail. So I just, more slowly than I was doing before, I'll work my way around. And sometimes you can use it as just a stamp to do one. And then maybe I'll stretch it a little to make it fit nicely. What I'm kind of trying to do when I start freehanding it is to keep my Apple pencil tip on the edge of my letter. And that'll keep it a consistent distance all the way around my letter. So this part, whoops, takes a little bit longer. But overall, because the pattern is built into the brush, it is a quick way of adding this kind of detail. I didn't like how far that one got from my letter, so I'm just gonna redo it a little bit, and again, play with it to make it fit nicely, stamp, and then create a line again. And if you're really good at freehanding, you could do this, you know, in longer strokes. I kind of like to take my time a little bit more with these and work in segments. And even if you don't get it perfect on the last one, actually, if I do that and just try to fit two, that fits a little better. So you can see in a relatively short time, we've created a fun little letter detail with that brush. All right, so I'll show you the other one quickly, how I made that one, because I was playing with a lot of different things, trying to do something different. And I like how these came out as kind of almost like 80s video game or even Minecraft-y kind of florals. So I am actually, for the sake of time, instead of retracing it, and you could do this as well, I do this a lot in my own work, I'm just gonna take the E we made earlier and bring it over. And we use the light pink, so I am gonna fill it in with the light pink just so it's all the same color. And then I will change it to purple and just drag and drop like that. Before we work on this E, I'm going to swipe right on all my first letter E layers, group those so they're out of my way. So maybe I'll call this my pink E, and then my other one will be my purple E. All right, so we're gonna add a simple extrusion detail. So when I do that, I usually just click duplicate, and then I take my bottom E. I'm gonna make that the dark purple. You can't see it because it's on the layer below, but it's there. And then I'm just going to drag it towards this corner of my page. And then I will take a monoline brush, and all I'm gonna do is connect the corners. So you go from this corner to this corner, make your line, whoop, and kind of fill in any white space. And that's it. All right, now I'm gonna add a new layer at the top. I'm gonna go for this light yellow color, and I am gonna use the Swiss cross brush, and I'm gonna end up with 5. So let's try this size and see if it's too big. So you can hold that down and stretch it so that it gets a little more distance. And then if I tap my finger, I can get that perfectly straight line. So I'm gonna make it kind of so it's centered, and then I want the plus mark centered kind of on the middle part of the E. All right, so that was nice and easy. So now I'm gonna add a new layer again, and again, this is just so I can make it really easy on myself if I need to make any edits or changes. And I'm gonna go back to my monoline brush and just add a simple dot in the center of each. And then I'm gonna make my monoline brush smaller. I'm gonna grab the lighter blue, and then I'm just gonna draw some simple leaves. So I'll draw a leaf. You could just color it in or drag and drop your color. And again, I just kind of, let's see, I did it at random, kind of thinking about what made it balanced and playful. It's rarely perfect. And then there. So again, just some super simple leaf shapes. You can also drag and drop your color, click continue filling, and then quickly add color to all those outlines you did. So now everything is on its own layer up there, which makes it easy for me to edit. So let's say I wanted to adjust the angle of a leaf. I could grab my magic wand or my selection tool here, make sure I'm on freehand, then just circle that and kind of move it around to get it in a better position. I can grab my flower center and center it better. So that is why I work in so many different layers. And then again, once you're happy with it, you can swipe right until they're all selected, group it, and name that maybe the purple E. So sometimes if I'm doing multiple letters, instead of renaming every letter or every layer, I will rename just the groups of layers. So now we have two different styles of E, and they could give you a totally different look in your overall lettering piece depending on what you're going for, even though the basic E is exactly the same.